Hi, I'm Laura Lopez, and I'm a leadership specialist and branding expert. I work with companies on achieving sustainable results through better leadership and more effective branding. Most recently, I was a vice president of marketing at the Coca-Cola Company. My book, The Connected and Committed Leader, Lessons from Home, Results at Work, talk about 7 essential leadership insights that, quite frankly, I drew on as a late-in-life parent and then applied them right back into the corporate world. You see, because for more than 20 years, I was in corporate leadership roles, and I didn't always do it right. And so becoming a parent allowed me to see what was effective in really bringing out the best in someone. And so I applied those leadership insights back into real life corporate environment or business environments. It's not just a corporate thing because it could be for a small business as well. But in any business that we're in or any industry where we're dealing with people and we want people to bring their best, then we need to show great leadership ability. And leadership is more than just a role. It's leadership at all levels. Because a lot of times people say to me, I'm not a leader. And I said, well, wrong. You are a leader. If you deal with anybody, whether you're a customer service representative or whether you are a brand associate in a company or you're an entrepreneur, you're dealing with clients and customers and people trying to get things done. And that requires leadership. Now, the foundation of my leadership skills are the basic human relating skills. And so I say to people, they're not anything new. You just need to be reminded of these core essential leadership insights in order for you to accomplish great things through others. Because you see, when we get so focused on the end result, or we get so driven by the numbers or the pressure of time, we forget and we lose our social graces with others. Instead, this is a reminder about how do we get the power of others working for sustainable results in the long term. So why do I think that leadership is lacking in business today? Well, my simple answer is that people confuse management skills and leadership skills. In fact, management skills are what I call the more technical skills. They are the things that make us successful and promote us to greater levels of responsibility because you have to know how to do your job. And those are the technical skills. But then suddenly one day you might wake up and say, oh no, now I have to motivate and inspire others more effectively than I had been. Because before you might have been bulldogging your way through. And that might have gotten you to a couple of promotions, but it's sooner or later it's going to stop. And you'll reach a point in time where you can't excel any further. And more hard work won't get you there. And so leadership skills, they're really on the opposite end of management skills. They are so opposite that I say that they're on, one end of the spectrum, management skills, leadership skills. And the idea is to bring them together and to work them effectively together. Because management is about our head and leadership is about our heart. And it's when we bring the two together that we can achieve long-term sustainable results. What can people do to become more effective leaders? The first answer that I give to people is that you have to really dig deep in yourself and self-assess yourself in terms of how you work with people. How are you impacting those around you? And you have to look and observe and be self-critical. You see, becoming a parent for me allowed me to see that I had tremendous impact on a person. In this case, it was my daughter. And I had the responsibility to do it right. And so in any interaction that we have with an individual, it is a leadership opportunity. And so we have to self-assess and put the mirror on ourselves as frequently as possible. I mean, one of the skills that I teach is that we have to be able to observe more and listen more and hold ourselves back a lot more in order for others to push forward. And these are skills that are about letting people be who they are, as opposed to imposing our expectations of that we have on ourselves, but placing them on other people. And so the 7 essential leadership insights, let me give you some examples. The first one would be believe and let go. The second essential leadership insight is be curious and see everyone. You see, because curiosity allows us to see different viewpoints in ways that perhaps if you're ego-driven and you've got all the answers, you can't get to it. And so being curious and seeing everyone is an important leadership skill. Another insight is being real and serving others. Because when we only serve ourselves and we're only focused on our agenda, that comes across. And nobody wants to jump on that ship. When you make it about other people, you believe me, you get your agenda fulfilled, but you put them on your ship. John Maxwell, who's one of my favorite authors on the topic of leadership, says, leaders walk slowly through a crowd because you can get to the point B faster if you go alone, but nobody will be there with you. But if you can get to point B with everybody on your side, then that's a mark of a true leader. They bring people with them. And so that's a great visual for me, because when we're moving too quickly, whether it's about the tasks we're trying to accomplish, the business plan we're trying to implement, or even that simple phone call we're trying to deal with a customer on, if we're trying to get to that end result just quickly without them, then we're walking too fast in the crowd, and we're not leading them to bring them to a solution that's going to benefit everybody. When we are promoted over time, we know that our technical skills and our business skills is what matters. Now, on the leadership side, we simply forget that it's about the people, because we have been taught time and time again, it's not personal, it's just business. Well, I say nonsense to that question, or to that statement, because leadership and business are upfront and personal. And the difference between management being head-driven and leadership being heart-driven is really what I talk about in my book. The Connected and Committed Leader, Lessons from Home, Results at Work. It's going to be available in both soft cover and hard copy. It's going to be on my website, www.laura-lopez.com. Or you could also go to the title of my book.com, which is theconnectedandcommittedleader.com. It will be available on Amazon.com and will be in bookstores nationally starting April 1st.